As we age, it's common to notice changes in our bodies, aches, pains, and, perhaps most noticeably, a gradual weakening of our legs. But have you ever wondered why some seniors seem to maintain boundless energy and strength while others struggle to even stand up without assistance? What if I told you that a few overlooked daily habits could be the key to unlocking better mobility, strength, and a greater quality of life in your golden years? The truth is, many seniors unknowingly fall into habits that, over time, weaken their legs and muscles. But the good news is that it's never too late to reverse the effects. In this video, we'll explore 5 daily habits that, if addressed, can help you regain strength, improve your mobility, and feel more independent and active again. These habits aren't about drastic changes. They're simple, everyday practices that can make a world of difference. So, if you've been feeling more sluggish than usual or wondering why your legs seem to be getting weaker with age, stick around. We'll take a closer look at why this happens and how, with just a few mindful adjustments, you can start improving your strength and well-being starting today. Get ready to discover insights that could transform your health, and maybe even add a few more years of vitality to your life. Let's dive in. Meet Margaret. At 74, she thought her best years were behind her. For years, she had been struggling with weakness in her legs, making even the simplest tasks, like climbing stairs or walking to the mailbox, feel like monumental challenges. Margaret had always been an active woman, full of life and energy, but in her later years, things had started to change. She found herself spending more and more time sitting, unable to muster the strength or motivation to do what she used to love. The doctors told her it was just part of getting older, and her family, while caring, couldn't understand how frustrating it was to feel so helpless. Margaret started to believe that maybe she was just meant to slow down and accept her limitations. But then something happened that would change everything. One day, Margaret's granddaughter came over and noticed how much trouble she was having getting up from the couch. "Grandma, don't you want to feel better? You used to walk everywhere," her granddaughter said, full of concern. That simple question sparked something inside Margaret. She realized that she wasn't ready to give up. She wanted to be able to walk again, to feel strong, and to live life without feeling like her body was betraying her. But what she didn't know was that the answer wasn't found in complicated routines or expensive treatments. It was in something much simpler, something that had been overlooked for far too long. Margaret's journey is one many seniors can relate to. Growing up, her life was full of physical activity. Whether it was tending to the garden, walking to the market, or caring for her children, movement was a part of her daily routine. But as the years passed, life got busier, and technology started to change everything. Where once she had been active, now she found herself sitting for hours in front of the TV or at the kitchen table, reading or chatting with family. Little did she know that these habits were quietly weakening her legs and diminishing her strength. It's easy to forget that our bodies need consistent movement, even as we age. In Margaret's generation, people didn't have the luxury of sitting for long periods. They worked hard physically, doing tasks that kept their muscles engaged and their joints flexible. But today, the pace of life is different. We spend so much of our time indoors and sedentary, and we often miss out on the small movements that keep our bodies strong. Margaret's realization wasn't just about physical health. It was a wake-up call to the way the world had changed around her. The world used to encourage more natural movement, but now it often discourages it. What Margaret learned, after a series of small but significant changes, was that her legs didn't have to be weak. She didn't have to accept the gradual loss of strength as inevitable. She began incorporating gentle stretches, simple strengthening exercises, and even short walks into her daily routine. Slowly but surely, Margaret's legs became stronger. Her confidence returned. And most importantly, she rediscovered the joy of movement. Her story isn't just about physical recovery. It's about rediscovering the power of small, consistent changes that lead to big improvements. Margaret's journey is a reminder to all of us that it's never too late to make a difference in our health. It's easy to feel like we're too old to change, that the years have taken too much from us. But what Margaret learned, and what we can all learn from her, is that small habits, when practiced consistently, can reverse the effects of aging and bring back the strength and vitality we once thought were gone. As we age, Maintaining strength and mobility becomes a significant challenge. But the good news is that there's plenty of scientific evidence to suggest that the right habits can make a real difference. According to a study published by the American Heart Association in 2022, seniors who engage in regular, low-impact exercise, like walking or stretching, experience a 30% reduction in the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury in older adults. This is just one example of how small, consistent actions can have a huge impact on our physical health. Dr. John M. Williams, a geriatric expert, frequently highlights the importance of movement in maintaining leg strength. He points out that as we age, our muscle mass naturally declines, but this process can be slowed down or even reversed with regular physical activity. One study from the Mayo Clinic found that seniors who engage in strength training exercises twice a week can significantly improve their leg strength and mobility, reducing the risk of disability and improving their quality of life. The key, according to Dr. Williams, is that muscle strength doesn't just help with mobility. It also supports bone health, helps manage blood sugar, and improves overall cardiovascular health. Another piece of research from the National Institute on Aging revealed that regular physical activity, even as simple as walking, can boost cognitive function in older adults. This research shows that movement isn't just for the body, it also supports brain health, helping seniors maintain sharp thinking and memory. The study suggests that seniors who walk at least 30 minutes a day experience a 20% improvement in cognitive performance compared to those who are more sedentary. This is particularly important because many older adults fear that age will inevitably lead to cognitive decline, but the right physical activity can act as a powerful preventative measure. Interestingly, a study from the University of California found that inactivity and poor posture are significant contributors to leg weakness in seniors. Sitting for long periods can cause muscle atrophy, particularly in the legs, making even basic movements more difficult. Experts suggest that taking short breaks to stand up and stretch every 30 minutes can counteract these effects. This recommendation is simple but powerful, reinforcing the idea that small, everyday changes can have lasting benefits. Dr. Emily Stevens, a specialist in aging and mobility, also notes the importance of nutrition in maintaining strength. She emphasizes that many seniors are not getting enough protein in their diets, which is essential for muscle health. According to a 2021 study by the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who consume adequate protein have better muscle mass retention and greater overall strength. Dr. Stevens suggests that seniors aim for protein-rich foods like lean meats, legumes, and dairy, or consider protein supplements if their diet is lacking. In addition to these insights, the wisdom passed down through generations is often in alignment with modern science. Many older cultures emphasize the importance of daily movement and mindful activity. For example, in traditional Japanese culture, seniors often practice Tai Chi or engage in daily walks. These activities, though simple, promote flexibility, strength, and balance, all of which are critical to maintaining leg health. Even in ancient cultures, the idea of staying active as we age was well understood. The key to longevity, as many elders would say, lies in movement, moderation, and mindfulness. The importance of habit also cannot be overstated. Dr. Robert Lynch, a psychologist specializing in aging, explains that habits formed earlier in life can continue to impact us as we age. He says that if seniors can form the habit of moving regularly, even with something as simple as stretching or walking a little more each day, they will see significant improvements in their leg strength and overall mobility. It's not about drastic changes, but about making small, sustainable changes that build over time. Additionally, it's crucial to acknowledge the role of mental health in physical well-being. Dr. Jane Foster, a psychologist, notes that when seniors feel isolated or depressed, they are less likely to engage in physical activity, which exacerbates physical decline. Social interaction and mental stimulation play a huge role in keeping seniors active and engaged, which, in turn, benefits their physical health. Studies have shown that seniors who stay socially connected and active have lower rates of both physical and cognitive decline. The evidence is clear. The right habits can help seniors maintain their strength and mobility, reducing the risk of falls, injuries, and disabilities. It's about adopting simple, daily routines that, over time, build a foundation of strength and vitality. Whether it's through strength training, walking, stretching, or simply taking care of your diet, there are many proven ways to combat leg weakness and improve overall health. And just like the generations before us knew, the key to aging well is finding balance. A balance of movement, rest, and nourishment. By embracing these habits, seniors can not only improve their legs but their entire quality of life, leading to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling journey ahead. Now imagine this for a moment. You've already lived through decades of experiences, joys, challenges, and memories. If you're 70 or older, you've spent over 25,000 days on this earth. Each of those days was filled with moments that shaped who you are today. But as time passes, we often forget one crucial thing. The most precious resource we have left is time itself. So, the real question is, how will you spend the rest of your days? Will you let your body and mind slowly fade away, resigned to the idea that aging means giving up on the things that matter most? Or will you choose today, right now, to reclaim your strength, to move forward with purpose, and to live the remainder of your years with vitality? The truth is, many of us don't realize how much power we have over our own future. For years, we've been told that as we age, things simply get worse. We're told to expect pain, weakness, and a slowing down of life. But here's the thing. These are not inevitabilities. They're simply the results of habits that have built up over time. And while the clock is ticking, it's never too late to turn things around. You are not destined to live the rest of your life in weakness. In fact, you have the power to transform your health, and it starts with making a conscious decision to take action. Think about the seniors you've known in your life, the ones who never let age hold them back. Maybe it was a parent or grandparent who, even in their 80s, still found joy in gardening, walking, or playing with their grandchildren. These people didn't simply accept age as a limitation. They found ways to adapt, to stay active, and to continue enjoying life. But they also understood something profound. The way they treated their bodies each day mattered. They knew that small, consistent actions could make all the difference. Now, imagine being in their shoes. Imagine having the opportunity to reclaim your independence, to walk with ease, to play with your grandchildren, to feel strong again. What would that feel like? Would you be willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen? Or would you let the excuses and limitations pile up until it's too late? This is your wake-up call. Every day that passes is an opportunity to make a change. It's easy to say, "I'm too old for that," or "I've already lived my life." But here's a powerful truth. Your life is not over. It's still unfolding, and there is still so much that you can do. Your best days are not behind you. They're ahead of you, if you're willing to take the first step. There's a powerful example of a man named Arthur, a 76-year-old retiree who spent most of his life working in an office. After retiring, he found himself slowly slipping into a sedentary lifestyle. He spent his days watching TV and reading, but his legs grew weaker and his body grew stiff. Arthur began to feel isolated, frustrated, and helpless. He couldn't even walk to the corner store without feeling winded. But one day something shifted. He had a conversation with an old friend who reminded him of the man he used to be, the man who used to hike, bike, and go on adventures. That friend asked him, "What happened to that guy?" And in that moment, Arthur realized that he had stopped living with intention. He had let his habits slip away, and with them his strength and joy. But instead of wallowing in regret, Arthur made a decision. He started small. He took short walks every morning, did a few simple stretches, and made sure he ate healthier. Slowly but surely, his legs grew stronger. His energy returned. He began to feel alive again. Today, Arthur is 80, and he's back to hiking on weekends and taking long walks with his dog. His transformation didn't happen overnight, but it happened because he made the decision to act. Arthur's story is not unique. It's a story that plays out every day, in every corner of the world, because people, just like you, realize that life doesn't have to slow down with age. It can actually speed up if you take charge. You can still be the person who enjoys walks, plays with your grandkids, or takes that long-awaited trip. It's about choosing today to make a change, no matter how small, that leads to a healthier tomorrow. This is your chance to take back control. Every moment spent sitting, feeling weak, or assuming that it's too late to change is another moment lost. But every small step you take, Every habit you adjust, every change you make, brings you one step closer to a stronger, more vibrant version of yourself. The habits you form today don't just affect your legs. They affect your entire outlook on life. When you start taking care of your body, you start taking care of your mind. You start living with intention, with purpose, and with the belief that your best days are still ahead. So, ask yourself, what kind of future do you want? Do you want to let aging define you, or do you want to redefine what it means to grow older? The choice is yours. But remember, time is a gift, and it's never too late to begin anew. Embrace the journey ahead with hope, strength, and the wisdom of all the years that have come before, because your next chapter can be the best one yet. So how can you start making this change today? Here are 5 simple but powerful habits that can make an immediate impact on your well-being. Let's start with the first one. It's something you can do in just 5 minutes a day. The first step is to make movement a priority, no matter how small it is. If you're able to walk, start with short walks each day. Even a 10-minute walk around your house or garden can help keep your muscles and joints moving. Don't worry about speed or distance at first. Just focus on getting your body moving. For example, Margaret, whom we talked about earlier, started with small walks to the mailbox and gradually built up her strength. Within weeks, she noticed a significant improvement in her energy levels. If walking is difficult for you, don't worry. You can still engage in simple seated exercises, like leg lifts or seated marches. These movements keep your muscles active without putting too much strain on your body. The second habit is stretching. Stretching is a simple, effective way to keep your body flexible and avoid stiffness. It helps with circulation and can ease any tension in your muscles. Start each day with a gentle stretching routine. If you can, stand up and reach for the sky, then bend over gently to touch your toes. You can also try stretching your arms, shoulders, and back to release any tightness. If standing is hard for you, try doing seated stretches. For example, you can stretch your arms overhead while sitting in a chair and then gently stretch each leg out in front of you. Sarah, a 72-year-old grandmother, found that stretching every morning helped her feel more energized and less stiff throughout the day. She used to struggle with getting out of bed in the mornings, but now she feels much more mobile after just 5 minutes of stretching. The third step is to pay attention to your nutrition, specifically protein intake. Protein plays a crucial role in maintaining muscle mass, and as we age, our bodies require more of it to stay strong. Focus on including protein-rich foods in your meals, things like lean meats, fish, eggs, beans, and nuts. If eating a lot of protein at once is difficult, try adding smaller amounts throughout the day. For instance, you could have scrambled eggs for breakfast, a handful of almonds as a snack, and grilled chicken for lunch. One of Arthur's turning points was when he began adjusting his diet to include more protein, and he quickly noticed a difference in his energy and strength. He felt less fatigued and more able to enjoy his daily activities. The fourth habit is to stay hydrated. Dehydration is a common issue for many seniors, and it can lead to muscle cramps, fatigue, and dizziness. It's important to drink enough water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Try carrying a water bottle with you and sipping regularly. If plain water is hard to drink, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber to make it more refreshing. For people who find it difficult to drink enough water, you can also include hydrating foods like fruits, watermelon, oranges, and vegetables, cucumbers, lettuce, in your diet. Staying hydrated will not only help with muscle function, but will also keep you feeling more energized and less sluggish. The fifth habit is to incorporate some form of mental engagement. Mental health is just as important as physical health, especially as we age. Staying mentally active can help with memory, mood, and even physical mobility. Consider doing puzzles, reading books, or learning a new skill, such as knitting or painting. If you enjoy socializing, try joining a group activity or participating in a hobby you love. For example, Elaine, a 68-year-old retiree, joined a local book club and found that not only did it keep her mind sharp, but it also helped her stay socially connected, which boosted her mood and overall well-being. The more you challenge your brain, the healthier it will stay. This mental stimulation can even help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. It's important to remember that these changes don't need to be overwhelming. Start with 1 or 2 small steps and gradually add more as you feel comfortable. Whether it's adding a 10-minute walk into your day or increasing your protein intake, the key is consistency. You don't need to make drastic changes to see big results. Take it one day at a time, and remember that every step you take is a step toward a healthier, more vibrant life. For those who may have mobility challenges, there are still plenty of options. If walking or standing is too difficult, try seated exercises like leg lifts, ankle circles, or seated stretches. These exercises can be done while watching TV or listening to music, so they won't feel like a chore. Even the smallest movements help maintain muscle strength and improve circulation, so don't be discouraged by any limitations. The goal is to stay active in whatever way works best for you. The journey to better leg strength and overall health doesn't have to be complicated. By making a few small changes to your daily routine, whether it's moving more, eating better, staying hydrated, or keeping your mind sharp, you can start to see significant improvements in your strength, energy, and well-being. These simple, senior-friendly solutions are within reach for anyone, regardless of age or ability. Take the first step today and let your health improve one small habit at a time. If you're thinking, I'm too old to change, or it's too late for me, let me share a story with you. Meet Tom. At 75, he felt exactly the same way. He was tired, sluggish, and thought his best years were behind him. But one day, he decided to try something different. He started small, just a few minutes of stretching every morning. At first, he could hardly do it. But as the days passed, he began to feel a little stronger, a little more energized. 3 months later, Tom's energy levels were back, and his doctor was amazed at how much his health had improved. He realized that it's never too late to take control of your health and happiness. Tom's story isn't unique. There are countless seniors who've transformed their lives later in life with just a little determination and the willingness to make small changes. If you're still feeling hesitant, you might be thinking, this won't work for me, or I've tried before and nothing changed. The truth is, results don't come overnight. But just like planting a seed, every small effort you put in now can grow into something powerful over time. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Even if you only see small improvements at first, those small steps add up. Look at the stories of people like Clara, who at 68 started walking for just 5 minutes a day. She wasn't expecting much, but soon those 5 minutes became 10, then 20. After 6 months, Clara felt more confident and stronger than she had in years. It's the consistency, not the intensity, that brings lasting change. Another common worry is, I'm too busy to make time for this. Life can be demanding, and finding time for yourself might seem impossible. But the truth is, your health should be your priority. Even on the busiest days, there's always time for small actions that will improve your well-being. Start by setting aside just 5 minutes each morning or evening for a simple stretch or a short walk. It doesn't need to be a big time commitment, just a moment to focus on yourself. As the old proverb goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It may feel like a lot to ask, but once you make that step, the journey will feel much more manageable. For those who feel they don't have the strength or ability to do anything at all, let me reassure you. It's not about pushing yourself to do what you once could. It's about what you can do now in this moment. If walking or standing is difficult, seated exercises are just as effective. Try seated leg lifts or ankle circles while watching your favorite show. You can start with just a few minutes, and as your strength improves, you can gradually increase the time. Everyone's journey looks different, and that's perfectly okay. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to start somewhere, and that's what matters most. Inspiration can also come from the wisdom of elders who have lived through many decades. Many seniors have faced similar doubts and fears, but they've overcome them by simply taking the first step. Remember, age is not a barrier to transformation. It's a chance to rewrite the next chapter of your life. There's an old saying, it's never too late to be what you might have been. That applies to all of us, no matter how old we are. One final reminder, you are never alone on this journey. Look to those around you, family, friends, and even strangers who have made changes later in life. You can be inspired by their stories, but also draw strength from the knowledge that you are capable of making a change too. The road ahead may be uncertain, but with each step, you'll find that your strength and confidence grow. And as you go along, you might even surprise yourself at how far you can go. So don't let doubt or fear hold you back. Start today, even with the smallest change, and you will begin to see how much more life has to offer. Remember, your golden years are not just about surviving, they're about thriving. The small changes you make today can have a profound impact on your future. Whether it's moving more, stretching your muscles, staying hydrated, eating the right foods, or keeping your mind sharp, these steps are all within your reach. You don't have to make drastic changes all at once, but the key is to start, no matter how small. Each step you take today is one step closer to a stronger, healthier, and more vibrant version of yourself. You've already lived through so many years of wisdom, experience, and resilience. Now is the time to take all of that and turn it into action. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. Those moments rarely come. Start now, even if it's just a few minutes a day. Every small effort counts, and before you know it, you'll be amazed at how much you've accomplished. You deserve to live a life full of health, happiness, and vitality, no matter your age. Your next chapter can be the best one yet, but it's up to you to make it happen. Take the first step today, whether it's a walk around the block, a stretch in the morning, or a small change in your diet. And as you begin to see those small improvements, know that they will build on each other, creating a ripple effect that will transform your life in ways you never thought possible. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Together, we can all embrace the power of healthy habits and create a community of seniors who choose to thrive, not just survive. The time to act is now because your best years are ahead of you. You've got this.